Hello, Global 9, Global 10, and History Through Film students. It's Mr. M here checking in. We're about 24 hours away from the finish line. We're so close to the end of the year. I wanted to post this video as a kind of a send-off to my sophomores and to offer some words of encouragement to my Global 9 students, and one last goodbye to my History Through Film students. And I'd want to introduce, before I get started, the newest member of our family. His name is Moose. He's about a little over 2 months old. We got him from a family here in Fredonia, and he has been loving life with me, taking naps, playing with his toys, and keeping me preoccupied during this quarantine break. So he has been amazing. So if he knocks over the camera or gets in the way, you know he's having a good time. So I know over the course of this quarantine, I have issued communication check-ins every Friday, and I've asked tons of questions from things like, if you were in a zombie apocalypse, what 3 people would you want alongside of you? So I figured tonight would be the perfect way to me to answer some of these questions for you to get to know your teacher a little bit better. So I'll go through some of the questionnaires and answer a few of my favorite questions that I've thrown in there for you. So back in April, I sent out a questionnaire that asked, let's see here, a zombie apocalypse is coming. Who are 3 people you want in your team? 3 people I'd want. I'd want Bear Grylls. He's a survival expert. I would want Steve Rinella. He's a renowned hunter, and he has his own TV show on Netflix. And I'd also want Jim Carrey there with me, someone who could always make me laugh and make light of any situation that we're in. Let's see, what else did I ask you to kind of learn about you? What was your least favorite food as a child, and do you still hate it or do you love it now? This is a no-brainer. For me, it was scalloped potatoes, or still is scalloped potatoes. I hate the texture. I remember as a kid, my parents would force me to eat scalloped potatoes, and I couldn't leave the table before I finished my meal, and I will never eat scalloped potatoes again. Let's see here. What's my morning routine look like when working from home? So usually my alarm goes off somewhere around 7:30, and I start my day. I know there are some days where I was posting around 4:30, 5 in the morning, and a lot of you said, what are you doing up so early? Well, the answer is I was turkey hunting, and I would hunt in the mornings from around 4:30 to around 8:30 in the morning, just to kind of wake up with the woods in the morning and enjoy nature and kind of just be outside for once. So it was a nice little break. And before I would go into the turkey woods, I would always post to make sure you knew what you're doing in case I didn't get back in time to start the school day. But a few weeks ago, I did get a turkey, and I promise you, I was back in the house before 7:40. So I made sure I was doing my job as your teacher. Let's see here. On May 11th, I asked you about some of your assignments. Well, in that case, kind of made things easier for me. I would sign things on Monday, and hopefully made things easier for you, where you knew exactly what you were supposed to do each week. And so it gave you the entire week to do your assignments. So I hope all of you like that, and maybe that's something I'll try to incorporate in the future. Let's see here. On May 18th, what did I ask? If you could instantly become an expert in something, what would it be? Probably playing a musical instrument. I would say either playing the piano or playing the guitar. That would be a pretty cool thing to be able to do. I know it's cliche, but I think musical instruments are fantastic, and I'm very envious of Mr. Hornbuckle's skills. Let's see here. Some of these were getting pretty good, I felt like. If you could rename yourself, what would you pick? If I had to rename myself, I would go with the name Burt Macklin. First and last name, Burt Macklin, and I would work as an FBI agent. And if I could choose any person from history to be my imaginary friend, surprisingly, a lot of people picked Abraham Lincoln, which was so cool. I don't know what the thought was. Well, I know what the thought was behind there, but I thought that was really cool. Any person from history to be my imaginary friend, I would pick Mohandas Gandhi. I know we just learned about him in Global 10, and my 9th graders, you'll learn about him later on next year. but I feel like he would be that kind of angel on my shoulder to kind of lead me in the right direction if I ever steered off the path here a little bit. So I would definitely choose Gandhi to be my imaginary friend. I feel like he'd have a lot of words of wisdom for me at such a young age that I could probably use. Oh, here we go. What advice would I give students who will be in this class next year? For my freshmen who are going to be with me another year as sophomores, I would advise you to come in with an open mind and a positive attitude. Some of my best students may not have been the smartest kids in the class, but they came to class with a positive attitude and had a positive mindset and just made the most of the 40 minutes we had together each day. And they passed with flying colors. They did so well on the Regents exam and really got the most out of the class. For my sophomores, as you move on to 11th grade and have Mrs. McCausland as your teacher next year, know that she is going to be on you about assignments and making sure you're staying on top of your work and being respectful and making sure you're paying attention in class. So be on your P's and Q's, and for some it might be a wake-up call, but I think you'll learn a lot from her class. She's funny, she's sarcastic, and if you like that kind of humor, you'll have a good time in her class. Let's see. Knowing what you know now, if you could write a letter to yourself that would travel back in time so you'd receive it at the start of the school year, what advice would you give your younger self? Wow. Try to learn as many new technology gadgets and gizmos and tricks and websites as I could to prepare for this pandemic break. I really think that you guys gave me a ton of feedback with Edpuzzles, Nearpod, quizzes. So I think I'm only going to continue to learn and grow as a teacher and find new and interesting ways to keep you engaged and having fun learning about world history. Let's see here. One thing that I really enjoyed doing this year with my freshmen would obviously be the trial of Genghis Khan. That was so much fun. I really appreciated all the hard work everyone put in to that assignment, and I thought 10th period our trial was fantastic. We had great arguments, and that's something that you'll remember forever, and I know I will as well. For my sophomores, I really wish we could have done some nice things and some fun activities that I had planned for this spring that revolved around Nelson Mandela. I always show a movie, A Long March to Freedom, and it just talks about the struggle of Nelson Mandela, the years of apartheid in South Africa, and that movie is a real eye-opener for students, and that's something that sticks with them for a long time. So I encourage you to see that movie. If you have free time or looking for a good movie, it's definitely one I'd recommend. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick shout out. Like I said, we're about 24 hours from the finish line. So I know tomorrow, hopefully you're setting your alarms early, or if you're all caught up, you're sleeping in and getting those much needed hours of rest. But if you owe assignments, get them done. Set yourself up for success. End on a positive note with your teachers. That'll leave a lasting impression. If you have questions, concerns, shoot me an email. Send me work throughout the day. But also make sure you give yourself enough breaks throughout the day. Make sure you're rewarding yourself for your hard work and effort. So if you do assignments, okay, spend some time listening to music or watch an episode of Just Married or Married at First Sight at Netflix, a show I've been binge watching and loving, and I'm a hopeless romantic. So a show like that is perfect for me. It's an hour long, and that's something I reward myself with each night after I get my work done. So find something that works for you. I hope everyone is well. I hope you're safe and healthy. You'll probably see me running in the streets in Brockton or driving by. Don't be a stranger. Make sure you say hi, and I look forward to seeing you all hopefully in the fall. I hope things change and we can get back in the classroom soon. I miss it. I miss all of you. I miss seeing your faces. I miss the jokes. I miss the camaraderie, and I just miss being together as a whole. So this is me sending you off. I wish you nothing but the best. Have a great summer, and I hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.